So, hello there. My name is Sandy Newbigging. I'm the Hay House bestselling author of a few books, including Mind Calm, Body Calm, and Calm Cure. I'm really delighted to be joining you today on the Hay House Daily Meditations Facebook page. So, I should really start by saying hola, hello from Spain, where I live, and I live up a mountain in Spain. Feel free to, I'll show you the view later if you want. It's absolutely gorgeous. And today I'm going to be talking to you about the common myths of meditation. I'm really curious if you are struggling with any of the most common myths that people have picked up along the way around meditation. I'm going to be sharing 6 myths with you over the next little while. And yeah, you might find this to be a very useful few minutes, because if you do meditate, which I assume you do if you're interested in the Hay House Daily Meditations, there's a chance that you have probably come up against some of the things I'm going to be talking about today, and my hope for you is that you can overcome them with what I'm going to share with you today. So I'm going to reveal what the top 6 myths of meditation are that are usually messing with people's meditation, and then also share some top tips on how to make your meditation practice fluid and fun and effective. How does that sound? Feel free to say hello. Let me know where you're calling in from. Like I said, I'm calling in from a rather hot Spain today, where I am at the moment. I'm up what I call the meditation mountain. There's a meditation center here. We have 80 odd people all for 6 months a year meditating hours and hours and hours diving in, and I choose to base myself here, so I'm near my spiritual teacher and can benefit from meditating with all these people all the time. So I'm very much fascinated with meditation. I love meditation. I've written a number of books on it, and so do let me know if you meditate and if where you're watching from today. Hopefully the little messages should be working, and I can say hello to you. So hello from Tony from Northern California. Hello, hopefully it's a sunny day where you are too. Like I said, my name is Sandy. I'm going to be sharing with you the most common myths of meditation. I'm just talking away just for a few moments more while we gather a bit of an audience here to listen to what I'm going to be sharing with you. And so we've got 6 myths about meditation coming your way today, and my top tips. So thank you for all the likes along the bottom. That's really, really kind of you. Do feel free to write a comment and like this post, and I will get started with the first myths. Now, despite meditation being so simple and having such big rewards, there are some myths about meditation which can stop people either getting started or make them quit because they believe it's not working for them or they can't do it. Now, when I was first told by my friend that I should learn to meditate, my first response was, "Oh, I can't meditate." And I don't know if you can relate to that, but it's a really common belief to have that people can't meditate. And despite meditation being so simple, we can pick up loads of ideas and concepts and what I'm calling today myths about meditation, which completely mess with our practice and either make us quit or make us struggle or feel that we aren't doing it right. And we might be committed and we keep doing it, but it's not as enjoyable and effective as it can be. So meditation itself, as you know, serves many purposes, from simple stress relief to self-awakening. Where would you say you are on that spectrum? What is your goal from meditation? Please write it in the box so I can get an idea of who I'm talking to today. Write a little comment saying, what do you want to gain from meditation? Why do you bother doing it? Why are you interested in this Facebook page from the wonderful Hay House? And why do you follow meditation in your life? What's the purpose of it? Because it's always useful to always start with a reminder to ourselves, like, why do I bother in the first place? Why do I want to close my eyes a couple times a day or more to meditate? Why bother? Well, I'm looking to gain clarity in my choices, Amy says. That's a really cool comment. Thank you, Amy, for sharing. Self-relation. Lilana says, I'm sorry if I said your name wrong. Inner peace and enlightenment, Carl says, awesome. Stress relief, says Anne. to quiet my mind and get insight, says, who said that? Kate. Hi, Kate. Debbie says self-awakening. Awesome, awesome. Centering myself and calming my thoughts. Awesome, Tony. Patty says, I meditate for peace, calm, and clarity. Greg, inner peace. And Stephen says, how to be happy. Or sorry, I guess that means he meditates or wants to meditate to be happy. So these are awesome reasons to meditate. Now, myth number one of the most common things I come across. I've had the chance to teach thousands of people to meditate. I've written 3 #1 best-selling books on meditation with Hay House. And I'm really, almost daily, I hear people's ideas and reasons why they're not meditating and why they're finding it, hard to meditate or whatever. And one of the most common myths number 1, is meditation is difficult. Meditation is difficult. Give me a like to this post if you can relate to that. If you think that, if that's something that you personally have struggled with, I'm going to share another 5, don't worry. You might like the other ones instead. But meditation, practiced correctly, can be one of the most easiest and enjoyable things you ever do. Now, for something to be difficult, let's just break that down a moment. For something to be difficult, it requires effort, struggle, stress, and stamina. Okay, so for something to be difficult, it requires effort, struggle, stress, and stamina. However, the truth is, meditation requires the complete opposite. Meditation requires the complete opposite to effort, struggle, stress, and stamina. There's no effort involved in meditation because ultimately you're learning how to do nothing. You're learning how to do nothing. There's no struggle because you're not forcing anything when you meditate. You're doing your best not to force anything. There's no stress because you're learning how to not resist anything, and stress comes largely from resistance. And there's no need for stamina because ultimately one of the main purposes of meditation is to learn how to relax, So there's a myth number 1, the belief that it's difficult. And like I say, for something to be difficult, it requires effort, struggle, stress, and stamina. And I'm suggesting today that, meditation requires the complete opposite. So if you found that useful, do give us a little like. Thank you so much for all the love and hearts along the bottom. That's really, 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 I'm really grateful for that. Thank you so much. Myth number 2, I must still my mind. Can you relate to that one? I must still my mind. I've had a chance to talk to a lot of people who have learned to meditate, and if they're struggling, I'll ask them, why are you struggling? Why are you finding it so difficult? And one of the most common responses I hear is that I can't stop my mind. I can't stop my mind. Can you relate to that? Let us know if you can. Do you ever find it hard to stop your mind working overtime? My book Mind Calm might be useful for you, just so you know, if that's of interest to you. I'm passionate about helping people to think less for serenity and success, learning how to really quieten the mind. However, it's not the sole purpose of meditation, and you don't have to stop your mind in order to benefit from meditation. I want to take a moment just to explain some of the psychology and the physiology and the biology behind why it's inevitable that you're going to have thoughts when you sit down to meditate. Is that okay? Can I tell you this? Why it's almost inevitable that you're going to have thoughts when you sit down to meditate. Well, let me talk you through it. When you engage meditation, usually at some point the mind starts to rest. The mind starts to rest. Now, the mind and body are connected. So when the mind rests, the body rests. When the mind rests, the body rests. Now, when the body rests, it starts to heal. Stress starts to be released. All its maintenance and repair projects are able to be undertaken. And so when the mind stills and rests, the body stills and rests. But the moment the body gets rest, it starts to become active on healing. The body becomes active on releasing stress. The body becomes active on all its maintenance and repair projects. Now, what's that got to do with having thoughts? Well, the mind and body are connected. And so when the body starts to become more active on all this healing and stress release and all that really important work, the mind becomes active too, because the mind and body are connected. So it's inevitable that you're going to have thoughts when you meditate. Whew! What a relief. I'm wiping my brow not only because it's a really hot day here in Spain today, where I'm calling in from, but also because for me, when I really heard that thoughts are okay, it was such a relief. It was such a relief, and it really gave me permission to not fight against my mind when it wanted to be busy, some meditations. I didn't feel like I was failing if I had thoughts. In fact, I knew that if I was having thoughts when meditating, it was actually evidence of good things happening. It was evidence of healing taking place. It was evidence of stored stress in my body being released. It was evidence of my body digesting the last meal I had, or doing other maintenance repair projects. It's really important to recognize that the quality or quantity of thoughts that you may have when you're meditating is not a reflection on how effective the meditation is. In fact, what I would tell you is, because of this very important myth that we're dispelling right now, I would suggest to you that if you ever do have thoughts, you want to turn to them and say, bring it on. More thoughts are better. More thoughts, more healing. Now, that might fly in the face of what you want to do with meditation, because you think that the thoughts in your head are causing you a lot of stress and you want to have a still mind, a quiet mind. But the truth is, one of the main purposes of meditation is not to stop your thoughts, but to heal your relationship with your thoughts, to heal your relationship with your mind, to learn how to peacefully and calmly and in a liberated way coexist with your mind, with all the thoughts and the memories and the imagination, and all these things that before meditation may have been negatively impacting us. We're learning to heal our relationship with them. The key is to see the mind, not be the mind. Do you like that? See the mind, don't be the mind. Someone's written, who is he? Hello, Veronica. My name is Sandy. I'm one of the best Hay House bestselling author. I've written 11 books, taught meditation around the world for the last 10 years. My last 3 books with Hay House have been Mind Calm, Body Calm, and Calm Cure. And so I'm talking today about the most common myths that are often messing with people's meditation practice. If you hear what I'm saying today, I promise you will have a much more effective and enjoyable meditation practice moving forward. And if you're here watching this on the Hay House Daily Meditations Facebook page, that's probably something that you would want. So do stick around, because I'm about to move into myth number 3. Myth number 3, which is, if thoughts are okay, then it's good to think. It's good to think. Now, what does that mean? Well, although I'm talking about the fact that thoughts are okay, I'm not recommending that you sit down, close your eyes, and think your way through every meditation. Thinking occurs when you stop seeing your thoughts, when you're no longer consciously aware of your thoughts. In one way, my meditation teacher once taught me that thinking is simply unseen thoughts. Unobserved thoughts. How cool is that for a definition of thinking? Thinking is unobserved thoughts. What we're looking to do with meditation is to reduce the amount of thinking we spend during our day. So why? So we can be much more present, live in the present moment, and an awareness of the presence of who we really are, our true self, and wake up to the beautiful, boundless being that exists within us. And so we don't want to spend our day lost in our thinking mind, like Harvard University coined that term recently in a study. Harvard found that the average person is lost in their thinking mind for about 47% of the day in this study. 47% of the day. So what does being lost in your thinking mind mean? Well, it means, have you ever been chatting to a friend, and at some point in that conversation, you drift off into your mind and you start thinking about something? Could be your response, could be something they've said, reminded you of something or whatever, but you drifted off. And then your friend stops talking, they're looking at you with expectant eyes, waiting for you to say something, and you have no idea what to say, because you have missed the last few seconds or a couple minutes of this conversation of what they were actually saying. Has it ever happened to you? Give me a yes or a like if that's ever happened to you. You've ever drifted off while someone's talking away at you. Maybe it's happened during this Facebook Live so far. I hope not, but I'm doing my best to keep your attention. So when you're lost in your thinking mind, you're no longer aware of what's actually happening right now. Your friend's talking to you, but you have no idea what they're saying. This is so fundamentally important to realize the difference between thinking and having thoughts, because when you're thinking, you're lost. You're in an imaginary story in your mind. You're in your imagination. You're lost in a memory, reliving a memory, or in a future fantasy, or you're planning the shopping list or what you're going to make for dinner, or you're rehashing and going over a conversation you had with someone earlier or whatever. You're missing the present moment at that moment in time. Now, this moment is the only moment that exists. It's the only moment you exist, and it's the only moment that peace and happiness and love and oneness exists. So if you want these things, you need to get back to the place in space and time where what you want exists, which is right here, right now. You can never do that by thinking yourself into the present moment, because your mind is thinking about the past and future. All your thoughts about the past and future, even the ones you're having about now, the moment has to have happened for your mind to be able to commentate and start thinking about it. And so if you want to be present, you need to let go of thinking so much, which is what my book Mind Calm is about, published by Hay House. If you're curious, pick up a copy. And so what I'm recommending with this myth is, if you catch yourself lost in your thinking mind at some point in your meditation, which you will do potentially multiple times, if you catch yourself caught up in your mind, then don't look back for a second. Don't analyze what you've been thinking about. Don't, beat yourself up because, oh my God, I'm meditating. I should be having stillness and peace right now. Why am I thinking? Don't worry about it. You've just fallen asleep into thinking, very much like you just fall asleep at night when you go to bed. All you want to do is, when you realize, first of all, be glad that you've realized, be glad that you're back, and choose back for the present moment. Be gently alert and attentive to this moment occurring. And aim to see your mind, not be so caught up in your mind. Is that okay, guys? Any comments coming in from you guys? Is this useful? Hope you're finding today useful. Like I say, I'm sharing with you today the 6 myths of meditation. We've already got the first 3 down, which is meditation is difficult. I must still my mind. And the 3rd myth we've just been talking about is, if thoughts are okay, then it's good to think. And I'm saying, actually, you don't want to think as much as you think you do. You want to actually, when you get caught up in thinking, be willing to let it go and bring your focus and attention back to the present moment experience and reality. So I've got 3 more myths to share with you. Is this good? Patty says, good stuff. Thank you so much. We have had one person say they like it. I really appreciate that. And Susan says, very useful. Thank you so much, Susan. Deborah says, can you give us a meditation to fall asleep? Well, hopefully not now. But what I would say is a plug, a shameless plug. But I have a Calm Clan meditation. It's a site. It's a members-only site. Feel free to check that out. Your first month is completely free. Go to calmclan.com. And the reason I'm telling you that is because you just asked me about sleep. And in September, the theme for all of September is the big sleep. The big sleep. So we're going to be covering all about sleep inside my Calm Clan during September. So do check it out. Your first month's free, so you can make the most of that and benefit from a good night's sleep. So I want to move on to myth number 4, if that's okay. And you're very welcome, Joanne. She says thanks for this. You're very welcome. And Tony says, good to know. Thank you, Tony. So myth number 4 is, meditation stops when I open my eyes. Meditation stops when I open my eyes. Again, very common myth of meditation, where we believe that I can only meditate with my eyes closed, on my meditation cushion with the lights dimmed and my incense on and the candles burning and all that sort of stuff. We can pick up these ideas that I have to be sat like a pretzel in full lotus position with my eyes closed in order to benefit from meditation. But the truth is, most of your day is going to be spent with your eyes open. So thankfully, the little flaps of skin that we call our eyelids do not need to impact on our ability to engage the day in a meditative state. The little flaps of skin we call our eyelids do not need to impact our ability to engage life in a more meditative state. So how does that work? Well, meditation, one of the main purposes of it is to retrain your focus, to strengthen your attention muscle. What does that mean? Well, usually before someone meditates and has a regular practice, they have a very scattered attention. their attention is just being grabbed by whatever is catching it. It might be a thought, then it's a motion the next second, then it's a physical sensation, then it's a noise outside, then basically the attention is scattered and all moving around the place. But with meditation, we're learning to gain a one-pointed focus and train our attention to be able to rest upon the present moment. And in doing so, rest upon the presence of our being, which exists in the present moment. So that's why we want to come back to the present moment, because our real self, our true self, our beingness exists right here, right now. And so the idea that we have to, we can't do that with our eyes open is just a myth. In fact, when you close your eyes, you are in training in order to train your attention muscle, in order to, first of all, rediscover this inner presence of being, this still silent experience of your own awareness, your own being, different words, same thing. We first of all rediscover that through meditation, and then we learn how to let our attention rest upon it. We learn to let our attention rest upon that inner presence of being. The inner presence of being, which you are, which is permanently present, is still and silent and infinite. It's who you are. Everything else comes and goes. Your thoughts come and go, your body comes and goes, your emotion comes and goes, your career and all these things come and go. But inside you is this permanent, unchanging presence of peace, believe it or not. But we can be missing it because our attention is scattered. It's on all the movement of our mind, movement of our emotions, movement of all the external stimulus, but we never actually return our attention inward and have it rest upon this inner presence of stillness. And so the benefit of meditation is that through regular practice, you can train your attention muscle. And it is very much like a muscle. You know, when you first go to a gym and you start lifting weights, it takes a lot of effort to lift that weight. But the more you go to that gym, the more you lift the same weight, the more you do the same weight over and over again, the muscle becomes strengthened. And as the muscle becomes strengthened, it takes less effort to lift the weight. And so in the same way, when you first start meditating, it can feel a little bit like it's taking effort to, keep your attention on the present moment. But the more you do it, the more you discover that actually it doesn't take as much effort as it used to in order to enable me to remain focused on the present moment and the presence of the present moment. Does that sound useful, guys? Andrea says, I think your exit is meditation for me. I appreciate that very kind comment. Thank you so much. Susan says, I feel like walking outside in nature is a form of meditation. Absolutely, it's a beautiful form of meditation. There's many ways to experience, access that meditation, meditative state, and we can drop into it often in nature. That's why I'm doing today outside, because I love being outside. If you're just calling in and you're watching now, I'm Sandy. I'm the best-selling author of Mind Calm, Body Calm, and Calm Cure with Hay House. And I'm here today talking about the 6 most common myths of meditation. I'm calling in today from where I live in Spain, up a mountain, and I might show you the view just before I finish this video, because it's a beautiful view. I live up a mountain right next door to where my spiritual teacher lives, and a meditation center here. And so I really, I'm delighted that you're joining me today to find out about these myths that I really believe if you take them on board, you're aware of them, and you take the hints and tips that I'm sharing with you on board, you're going to find your meditation practice is much more enjoyable and effective moving forward. Myth number 5 is meditation is boring. Now, I'm sure nobody here can relate to this one, but have you ever found yourself getting a little bit bored with meditation? I mean, you're sat there going, I could be doing so much more with my time. How long do I have to go? Do you find yourself clock watching sometimes, just trying to get through the 20 minutes or the half an hour or whatever you were trying to do? Meditation is boring is actually one of the most common reasons I hear people sharing with me why they quit meditating and they don't continue long term. Now, here's the thing with meditation. It requires thinking and it requires time. And meditation is about learning to think less and be more present. And so, in short, if you find yourself being bored when meditating, if I were you, I would use it as a sign that you've previously been lost in your thinking mind. You've been lost in time. You've been not present, and you've been in your mind thinking about stuff. Because when you're fully present, when you're giving all your attention to the present moment, you'll find that it's impossible to be bored. That to be bored, you have to leave the moment, the magnificent, magical moment, and you have to go into your mind and start thinking about stuff. And so boredom requires time, and it requires thinking. So if I were you, if you're ever feeling bored, then just see it as a sign that you drifted off previous and come back with your fullest attention to engage present moment awareness and continue with whatever meditation practice that you're using. Obviously, today on Hay House, I would recommend you learn my mind calm meditation and my body calm meditation techniques, and use the mind calm in the morning, body calm later in the afternoon or day, or swap them around depending on your preference. But they're very beautiful, simple forms of meditation, which I will do my best to share a little few minutes guided meditation to finish off this Facebook Live in a few minutes. And finally, meditation myth number 6 is I need a quiet space to meditate. I need a quiet space to meditate. So when I first learned to meditate, it's kind of a funny story. Is it okay if I share a story with you? When I first learned to meditate, I was so excited to go home and have my first solo meditation. So I went home and I went to my room and I closed the shutters of my house where I was living in Edinburgh, Scotland at the time, and I sat down ready to do my meditation. And this is God's honest truth. Within about 60 to 90 seconds of me starting my first solo meditation, the one I was excited about doing for the rest of my life, or at least the practice I was planning to do for the rest of my life, I closed my eyes, and about 90 seconds later, someone starts drilling the road outside my bedroom window. I kid you not. Literally, I was in a quiet suburban area. I'd never seen anyone doing any road works or maintenance outside, and someone starts drilling the road outside my bedroom window. And I'm sat there thinking to myself, well, this is just typical. You know, I'm trying to do a good job here, I'm trying to meditate here, and someone's drilling my road. You know what? I'll just stop and do it later when it's quieter. But guess what? It never became quieter later. Life stayed busy. Life stayed noisy. It was never quite quiet enough. And so the meditation I was planning to do for the rest of my life, I managed to quit after 90 seconds because I wasn't aware of this very common myth and reason why people quit meditating. I didn't realize that inner silence did not require external quiet. In fact, meditation is showing us how to discover the inner presence of still, silent peace. And so we don't have to rely on the external world being any particular way for us to experience peace. We're looking to experience an ongoing, cast iron, permanent peace and freedom and fulfillment. That's what we want. We know it's possible in our heart, but our mind can get in the way and say, oh, it's not possible for me. And it can give us all these reasons why I can't meditate or why peace isn't possible for me. The truth is, peace is possible for you, I promise you. I had chronic anxiety, and I moved into experiencing a consistent state of calm and writing a number of best-selling books on how to do it yourself. And so if it's possible for me, it's possible for you too. And so please, please, please remember, you don't need external quiet in order to experience inner silence. In fact, if you're very vigilant through your meditation, you may discover that any external noise that's going on helps to make the inner silence louder. It provides contrast that enables you to actually rediscover the inner presence of silence more easily. Let's put it that way. So we've got some comments coming in. Debbie says, very useful, thank you. You're very welcome, Debbie. Coletta says, thank you for that piece of information. You're very welcome, Coletta. And Christine says, I actually fall asleep a lot. Ha, that's a very good point. So sometimes you'll fall asleep. It's okay. If you're falling asleep every time you meditate, you're actually not meditating, but you're meeping. You're meeping. It's a term I coined and started using when I wrote Mind Calm book. Meeping. What's a meep? A meep is basically a sleep that starts with a very short meditation. So it's a sleep that starts with a short meditation. You know what I'm talking about. It's the times when you're feeling a little bit tired and you tell yourself, I'm going to go off and meditate. But what you really mean is you're going to go and have a little nap. You're going to have a sleep. You're going to go and lie down in your bed, get all comfortable, and have a meep. That makes sense? Meeping, love it, Susan says. That's brilliant. Thanks, Susan. So if you've liked this video, please like it at the top. So other people go, oh, that might be useful to watch, because lots of people have liked it. So I really do appreciate, I'm doing my best to share lots of information with you today. So please do give it a like if you've enjoyed this, because we've been covering the most common myths of meditation. The last one was I need sleep. I need sleep. I need a quiet space to meditate. How funny. So let me repeat them for you, and then we're going to do a quick meditation. So myth number 1 is that meditation is difficult. Myth number 2 is that I must still my mind. Myth number 3 is if thoughts are okay, then it's good to think. And we've learned that thinking is way overrated because it makes you into the past and future and makes you miss the present moment. Myth number 4 is meditation stops when I open my eyes, and I'm saying that the little flaps of skin you call your eyelids need not impact your ability to engage in meditative state, as long as you meditate often enough to strengthen your attention muscle so that you can be attentive to the present moment and live consciously aware. Why is that important? Well, when you're consciously aware, you're experiencing the consciousness which is aware. You're not just caught up in your thinking, mind, and emotions and stuff. You're consciously aware. You're aware of the consciousness which is aware. And when you become consciously aware, you start to experience what that awareness feels like. And guess what? Awareness is still and silent and peaceful and infinite. And the more you put your attention on it, the more you discover it's unbounded. And your mind no longer has the power to dictate your day, limit your life, and limit your love for life and for yourself. So it's a very important thing to do, to be consciously aware. And that's why I created the Mind Calm and the Body Calm meditation techniques. CALM is actually an acronym that stands for Conscious Awareness Life Meditation. So there's a hidden meaning in the name of CALM, Conscious Awareness Life Meditation. And it does what it says on the tin. It's a form of meditation that helps you be consciously aware in life, with your eyes open or closed. So do check out the books if you want to find out more. And also, before I go into sharing with you a little short guided mind calm meditation, I think we'll do today. Before I go into teaching you that, I just want to quickly share with you, if it's all right, that this weekend I am doing my very first Mind Body Calm online retreat. I've been running retreats for over 10 years around the world, in Spain and France and Turkey and Thailand and Australia and the UK. And these days, throughout the year, I run a Mind Body Calm retreat at Champneys in England, which is a beautiful health resort chain. Now, for the first time ever, I'm going to be doing the whole retreat online, and you can access it from anywhere. So if that's of interest to you, please check out the comments, because I'll put a little note there of the website address to check out. But if you missed that and you're watching somewhere else online, then just go to www.sandynewbigging.com/calm online retreat. I think it is calm online retreat, something like that. It's on my website, but please do check it out. I'd love you to come along. And if you join my Calm clan before tomorrow, there's a special offer. You can actually attend for free. So your first month, the Calm clan is free, and so you can access the retreat, because it's a member's benefit. If you don't want to join the Calm clan, it's £108, about $120 odd for the whole weekend retreat, all online. Hope you join me for that. If you've enjoyed this, that would be great. So let's just finish today with a short Mind Calm meditation. Now, Mind Calm meditation has 3 steps, and it has 10 calm thoughts. These are thoughts that you think every so often during your meditation. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to be able to have time to share all 10 with you today. So I'm just going to maybe focus on 1, maybe 2 if we have time. But I just want you, if you are up for having a short meditation to finish this off, then please do make yourself comfortable. And remember, you don't need all the candles unless you want them, or the incense or anything like that. You can do meditation anywhere at any time. So make yourself comfortable and just close your eyes. But when you close your eyes, remain gently alert. It's almost like you have your focus continuing ahead, despite your eyelids dropping down. Just have this forward gaze. And with this forward gaze, let that gaze open up wider. Just let that attention and that forward gaze rest as wide open as it naturally wants to be. And just be gently alert with your attention wide open. Being gently alert with your attention wide open helps you to be more consciously aware. And as you discovered so far in this video, that's a very useful and important thing to do, to be consciously aware by being gently alert with this forward and wide gaze. Now bring some of your focus to your navel. And with some of your focus in your navel, think Om, joy. Having thought Om, joy, let go of the words and focus point by continuing to rest, being gently alert with your attention wide open. Now, with your focus in your solar plexus, think Om, peace. Having thought on peace, let go of the words and focus point by returning to be gently alert with this forward and wide gaze, and just hang out for a little while, letting whatever wants to happen, happen. Now move your focus to your heart center. And with your focus in your heart center, think Om, love. Having thought Om, love, let go of the words and focus point by being gently alert with your attention wide open for a few moments longer. It's time to bring this quick, calm sitting to a close. To return to being fully awake and aware, slowly open your eyes. It's so lovely to have over 100 people meditating together in different places in the world just then. Thank you so much for joining me for that meditation. I really appreciate your time and attention. So I hope you've enjoyed this Facebook Live and the topic today, which was the most common myths messing with your meditation. Like I said, please do just give us a quick like to this post if you've enjoyed watching it, if you benefited from it, and maybe even leave a quote or a question or a comment. I'll be looking at all of them after this, and I'll be replying personally to anyone that has a question or wants to share anything. I really do love to connect with you that way, so please do write a little message, give the post, the video a like, so a lot of people know that they want to watch it too. And do share it if you have found it beneficial. Meditation is too important to not do. And these myths that I've shared with you today and the top tips to overcome them can really help you to make your meditation practice much more enjoyable and effective. It really makes me really in a way, sad that so many people have tried meditation, but they've quit because they didn't know these simple myths were just myths, and or to hear that people are struggling with meditation because they believe they shouldn't have thoughts, or they shouldn't have emotions, or they shouldn't fall asleep, or all the things we've talked about today. There's so much more we could talk about in the topic. I've shared some of the most common myths with you. I hope you've found it enjoyable. We've got lots of thank yous coming in. I really appreciate that as well. So if you've enjoyed today, please do check out the Mind Calm or Body Calm or Calm Cure books available from Hay House. And I really want to take a moment to thank Hay House for letting me share with you this way. I do love doing these Facebook Lives, and so hopefully I'll return in not too long to share more insights from my books and my meditation journey with you. And if you want to explore more with me, then please do check out my Mind Body Calm online retreat. Spend the weekend with me. The recordings are available if you can't tune in to every single one of the 6 live broadcasts happening this weekend. But check out sannynewbigging.com/calm online retreat for more details. And like I said, it's free to do if you sign up to my members only Calm Clan website. And so your first month of that site is free, so you get loads for nothing. And if you decide to stay a member, it's very nominal, ongoing. And it's, I think if you're like anyone else that's a member, they find it very, very useful and very transformational and life-changing indeed. So thank you so much for joining me for this Facebook Live. I'm going to sign off for now and check out the comments and hopefully have a chat with some of you very, very soon. So until we next speak, I wish you infinite peace and limitless love. Bye for now.